twin flames and transitioning. We want to talk with you guys about that today, and how these things relate, how they can help each other, and what does it mean.
Mm-hmm.
You want to start?
Yeah, twin flames and transitioning, they're very good for each other. Being on the twin flame journey helps you with your transition. Not the physical parts of it necessarily, right? Like all of that you can take care of normally, but it helps you with the spiritual part of it, the inner part of it, which is all the self-love and the self-acceptance. When you have somebody in your life who loves you so much at their core, and who you love so much at your core, and you have such a pure, beautiful relationship, it's so authentic. You can be yourself with them completely. You feel that love completely. You'll feel that with your twin flame, and you can feel that in your heart even if you don't know them. It causes you to feel motivated. It motivates you to love yourself more. You know, it's not like a typical idea of relationship where someone comes into your life like some knight in shining armor or some goddess, you know, floating down, and all of a sudden you feel like the most beautiful woman, or you feel like, you know, the most awesome man, you know, manly man or whatever, because you have this partner who validates you instantly. Like, it's not that, but you see how pure and great and wonderful the love is with your twin flame. Then you feel so motivated to love yourself and accept yourself, and make that love grow, you know?
Yeah, so your twin flame, what your twin flame will do for you is they will point you to the core of yourself, and to really fully like unconditional self-acceptance for yourself. And that with your transition helps so much, because it makes your transition, your physical transition, easier, because you feel relaxed in who you are, and you're able to be relaxed as you move through these steps, you know, so we can just go through some of the steps of transitioning. So first is social transitioning. So maybe changing your hair, changing how you dress, or maybe going to the gym to give yourself a body that feels more affirming to you. And then there's name change, which is awesome and so fun, going through that process. And then physical transition, which is hormones and gender affirming surgery, top and bottom surgery for trans men and trans women. So each step of the process, you know, it can be a stressful process to go through these things. But the more that you are able to relax in being yourself and accepting yourself, it makes the transition process easier, because instead of feeling very anxious and afraid, you feel more regulated, and like you can just you can just be yourself, and you're accepting yourself, and it just makes the process flow a lot easier. I can share from personal experience. That's been my experience, because I have had to look at these places within myself where I have to look at it, and I need to love myself there so that I can go deeper in just loving and accepting myself. And that's the spiritual process, that's the spiritual journey, and that's what your twin flame points you to. And that's why it's so helpful, and it can be so important in your transition. Well, just self-love is, but your twin flame really shows you like those core aspects of yourself that it can be hard to look at or find those places if you're doing it on your own, but your twin flame will point you right there.
Right.
You know? And you had something to say?
Yeah, exactly. So for me, like, I had a lot of limiting beliefs about femininity and like internalized sexism, And which, you know, anyone in our society is gonna grow up with some sort of internalized sexism, right? And so I had lots of feelings of like, oh, it's not okay to be a woman, or you feel like you're less than in some ways, right? Or whatever, right? And that's not true. But Isaiah, being with him, it really amplifies what's going on within me. And so it can be made really clear what's going on within me, and I can release those beliefs, you know, so I can feel better, and I can love myself there, you know, so I can be myself effortlessly. And so that helps. It's a mirror. Mm-hmm. The good thing about your twin flame too is that if you're loving yourself, if you're healing what's bothering you inside, they're gonna reflect it, and your relationship's gonna be better.
That's what I was gonna say next.
Yeah, so it's not like you're gonna be like, oh, I just discovered that I'm like, I want to change my name. I want to change this about my parents. This is who I am. You're not gonna have a partner if you feel self-love in that space. You won't have a partner who's like, oh, well, I don't like that. I wish you would go back. Your twin flame will always be there with you as insofar as you love yourself.
Yeah, if you're not with your twin flame, you could experience that, and I know that's a really tough experience for people.
Yeah.
And I have compassion for people who experience that. But even that experience is just pointing you to deeper self-love and self-acceptance. But yeah, I mean, if, you know, by working the process of like looking at what your twin flame shows you, loving yourself there and accepting yourself there, I mean, you have the biggest supporter that you can have in your transition.
Yeah.
And it's so wonderful. Like, I like being with Sage. I have someone who truly accepts me for who I am at my core, and I have that support in my life. Yeah. She really supports me there, and also, you know, she's here with me physically, so she supports me in my transition. Like, through my surgeries, I've had my caregiver, I've had a support system there for me, you know, and it's just so wonderful when you give that to yourself and you're with your twin flame. Like, you have that in your life then. Mm-hmm. And, you know, if you're not experiencing that with your twin flame, it's just a call to love yourself there and go deeper with that there. And I also want to say, it's never appropriate to, if you have a relationship with someone and they're not respecting you in that space, if they're not showing up for you there, it would be, even if they're your twin flame, then it's appropriate to have a boundary there and to respect yourself there, and, you know, not put up with that. But like when you have the self-love and the self-respect, the self-acceptance, and it is your twin flame, they will reflect that to you, because that's what we experience. We have a life where, you know, in our being transgender, in our transition, like, we support each other fully there, you know? So it's really wonderful to have that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And so if your twin flame or anybody, right, isn't accepting you for who you are and isn't willing to love you for who you are, that's not acceptable, right? And you can say no to that. Right. And if you really choose your well-being, you will feel guided to do that. Say no to that, no matter if it's your twin flame. And then take space, right? And love yourself there where you feel hurt. And so that's how you move forward on the twin flame journey. And you can see it this way too. So if I hadn't been with Isaiah, if I hadn't chosen the twin flame journey, loved myself enough to manifest being with him, then I could have gone my whole life, for a long time in life, having this like internalized sexism stuff and feeling like, well, I accept myself as a woman, but I don't really feel like I can embody it, and being forever frustrated by that. Whereas being with him, it brought into light how I felt like I used to feel like being a woman was less than from the internalized sexism. And being with him brought that up so clearly and also quickly that I could work through it. And now I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Right? It makes it clear. Whereas before you can kind of just be like, no, it's, I don't know. You can just kind of like dance around your problems, or even find a partner who kind of is an opiate, like is your medication for how bad you feel. Whereas the twin flame is pointing you to the cure for
Right.
how bad you feel, right? They're not the, you know what I mean? It's like different.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like, I'm with someone because I feel so bad inside and I need to have someone to help me. You can transcend that and feel great on your own, and even better with your twin flame.
Yeah, because ultimately what Sage
know?
was just talking about there, that's not a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
And when you, when you're able to give that to yourself, you create an independence within yourself, because you don't need that from outside of you, and that's what attracts your perfect partner in your twin flame.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we want to talk about with being transgender and twin flames. Transitioning. Yeah. No, I think we covered it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just, it's really nice to have support through the process. And you can have that too.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to say with that?
No, I feel like that's everything.
Cool. Well, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more if you want to see more twin flame and trans content. Mm-hmm. And remember, twin flames and transitioning, they go well together.
Yeah.
It's like peanut butter and jelly.
It is.
Or, I don't know.
Or chocolate and peanut butter.
Chocolate.
I love Reese's.
Yeah, Reese's. Yeah. Anyway, so
cool.
yeah, that's the message.
Yeah. Okay. See you in the next one.